Long before the shadow of colonial empires fell upon West Africa, a kingdom rose from the forests of present-day Ghana. A kingdom built on gold, bound by tradition, and led by kings whose authority reached beyond the physical realm. This was the Ashanti Empire, a nation where power was not only political, but spiritual. And at its very heart stood a sacred object, the golden stool. To the Ashanti, it was more than a throne. It was the very soul of the people. The Ashanti were not merely a people, they were an empire. In the late 17th century, under the leadership of King Osei Tutu and his chief priest Okomfo Anokye, the Ashanti united scattered Akan states into a single, formidable force. Their wealth came from gold, rivers glittering with dust, lands rich with treasures. Their power came from unity, military strength, and the unbreakable bond between the throne and the people. Legend says the golden stool descended from the heavens in the late 1600s. Summoned by Okomfo Anokye, the high priest, it floated down from the sky and landed gently on the lap of King Osei Tutu. The people gasped in awe, for this was no ordinary throne. The stool contained the soul, the essence, the living spirit of the Ashanti nation. To sit on it was forbidden. To touch it was unthinkable. To threaten it was to declare war upon the Ashanti themselves. By the 18th and 19th centuries, Kumasi, the capital of the Ashanti Empire, was one of the wealthiest and most powerful cities in Africa. Its palaces gleamed with gold, its streets thrived with trade, and its people were fierce defenders of their land. Diplomats and travelers from Europe marveled at the grandeur of the Ashanti court, the golden ornaments, the regalia, the endless drums that echoed the rhythm of a powerful kingdom. The Ashanti Empire's strength lay not only in wealth but in war. Its armies, disciplined and fearless, struck terror in the hearts of enemies. With muskets, spears, and tactical brilliance, they defended the empire's lands against rivals and invaders alike. To the Ashanti, war was not just survival. It was sacred duty, a protection of the stool, and the preservation of their identity. But what truly set the Ashanti apart was the spiritual bond between ruler and ruled. The Asantehene, the king, was seen as the protector of the people, chosen by the ancestors and guided by the spirits. The golden stool was never his property, but the property of the nation. This balance of power between king, people, and the sacred stool created a unity that few empires could rival. But in the distance, a shadow was growing. Across the seas, European empires, the British, Dutch, and Portuguese, had long coveted the wealth of Africa. To them, the Ashanti were not partners, but obstacles. Trade turned into conflict, and conflict into war. For the Ashanti, the struggle was no longer only about gold, but about survival. The golden stool, symbol of unity, would soon become the target of foreign greed. The Ashanti Empire stood tall, proud, wealthy, and unbroken. Yet the winds of change were coming. Soon, a demand would shake the very foundation of the kingdom, the demand for the golden stool. And in that moment of crisis, one woman would rise to defend her people, her stool, and her nation. Her name was Ya Asantewa, and her story had just begun.